The casino, opening soon since 2013. It's been a while. And ever since then, I and many other people have made certain videos or topics on the casino and why it should be a DLC, why we want it. Because really, a lot of us think that would be really fun to do in GTA Online. That's like the one thing you can't really do. You can do pretty much everything in GTA Online except gamble, which is odd because it was actually in previous games. I believe in San Andreas, you had it. In Red Dead Redemption, you had it. And with the casino saying opening soon when the game came out, everyone thought at one point we would be getting some sort of gambling in GTA Online. Now, clearly, 5 years later, it hasn't happened. And will it happen? The odds are not in our favor. But what I want to talk about in this video is one way that I think Rockstar could totally do the casino, and it would work, I think, for everyone. It would work for people worried about kids gambling. It would, I think, solve the issue with Rockstar getting in legal trouble, and it would give the people who want to do that sort of stuff a way to. Now, this idea is kind of based around a game that's actually on the PS4. It's called The Four Kings Casino and Slots. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. But from what I gather, basically what happens in this game, you log in, you have like your own character or whatever. You go into the casino room, and then you pick a table, or you pick like a slot machine, or you pick something, you know, that you want to play, and then you play it. And then other people can come along and hop in. And I would imagine that's how it would work in GTA Online. You go to the casino, there's like a little blue circle like there is for everything. You get teleported inside of it, and then, you know, there's all kind of stuff. They can make it look fancy, but you have, you know, your tables, your blackjack, your poker, your slots, and maybe some other games if they want. But those three, I would say, are your main or your most popular casino games. Now, the problem with GTA Online, and the problem that a lot of people bring up, is that since you can buy money, it's kind of like gambling. And there are a lot of gambling laws. I don't know if it's illegal still online, but it's pretty much this pretty big gray area, and I think Rockstar would not like to get involved with that. And that's why they haven't done loot boxes. I mean, I just saw an article that in Belgium, I think, they have banned loot boxes. So who knows what's going to happen with loot boxes over the next couple years if more countries start seeing them as gambling, because that's what they are. You're paying for keys or whatever to open up these boxes to gamble. And the odds are so slim of getting something good that it keeps you wanting to buy more and more. And that could totally happen in GTA Online if they just use regular money, because you could just keep buying shark card after shark card to keep gambling more and more. Now, the difference between GTA and some of those other games is that in GTA, you can't turn that virtual money into real life money. Like in CSGO, for example, you can sell a knife that you get for real life money. And the same can be said for Rocket League and some other games. But in GTA, you can't. So there is that. You're not getting any real life money out of it, but the concept is still there. So one way that I think Rockstar could get around that is by having a separate currency just for casino. You could call them casino chips. Simple as that. Now, the way you get these would be totally independent of money. There are a number of ways that Rockstar could go about doing this. You know, they could have daily and weekly challenges like they have now that give you, let's say, 500 to 1,000 chips. You know, if you log in each day consecutively, maybe you get 100 one day, 200 next day, and it just keeps going until you hit like 1,000 maybe. And if you skip a day, then it resets. So it entices people to keep playing, which is something that's good for the game. They could have the job points, which are useless in the game. They could tie those into chips. You know, the more missions you play, the more time you play, the more job points you acquire, then you could get casino chips. You could maybe trade those out. Or they can just have straight up supply missions. Like every other business in the game, have some supply missions, somehow tie it with the casino, and the reward you get in the end are casino chips. Instead of money, you're getting these casino chips. Those are just a few examples. I'm sure you guys in the comments and even Rockstar could come up with some even crazier ones and cooler ones, but those are just some simple examples on how you can get these casino chips to actually play. And that alone gets around the issue of worrying about real life money coming into play. Because if someone, a kid for instance, wants to gamble, then they would actually have to play the game. They're not spending any of their parents' real life money or their real life money to do it. And that may be annoying to some, but that gets around the issue that presents itself with real money. Now, once you acquire all these chips, once you get inside of the casino, there could be a ton of different things, right? They could have certain tables for high rollers, for instance. Like if you acquire enough chips, let's say 25,000, you can go to the high roller table and you could potentially make more money. And they could have, smaller tables where you make less money. Now, because it's Rockstar, they wouldn't have a way to make, I don't know, couple of millions of dollars. I feel like optimistically the maximum you could win from the casino would be $1 million, but more likely it would probably only be like 500,000 or less. One of the problems, or a couple of the main problems with the casino is Rockstar having to worry about glitches. God only knows what kind of glitches could come up with a casino. People could money launder or launder money to their friends. If someone has a ton of money and then when they give money to their friends, they could go to these places, gamble, and then intentionally lose so their friends get it. There's a lot of stuff like that, and I don't know how you can get around that. I feel like though 5 years in, stuff like that doesn't really matter. I mean, considering GTA Online is probably in its last year or two, you would hope that they would like to make the gameplay experience a little bit better than worrying about the most amount of money that they could get from certain players. As for the actual games though, I mean, slots is pretty self-explanatory. You just go pull the trigger. One thing they could do, and they could make it so where you don't just win money if they don't want people just getting money. They could add all kind of different weapon skins or maybe even decals to certain cars, and when you're using the slots, maybe you could end up winning a gun decal that's totally unique. You could only win it by winning the slots or whatever. They could do stuff like that, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Another cool thing they could do, maybe like it's only a daily thing. You walk into the casino and there's like a some sort of spin the wheel type of thing, and whatever it lands on, that's what you get for the day. And they could have some decent stuff in that, and then they could have like one small little sliver of a really awesome livery or something. Again, that would give reason for people to play daily. As for the other game modes, poker, blackjack, stuff like that, those could work like they do in that game I mentioned, the one on the PS4, where you just sit down at the table and where you play against the house. Now, because it's gambling, the house is meant to win. Like, the whole point of gambling is for the casinos and stuff in real life to make money. So I'm sure the odds would be higher in the house's favor, but it could also work like, they kind of did in Red Dead Redemption. The system's already in place. They could just take that, and if it's in Red Dead Redemption 2, what better way to test that out than to test it out in GTA Online? And then if you do end up winning some profits, then you could exchange those chips for money. And maybe if you don't even want to gamble, you could just exchange the chips you got from those missions and from the daily objectives and stuff. You could exchange those for money. It probably wouldn't be a lot, but you could just bypass the whole gambling part in general. But I feel like that's like a perfect way, because if someone, is addicted to gambling, instead of them losing all their money or all their chips and then just spending more real life money on it, they would actually have to go out, stop gambling, and play the game. And the people out there, who wonder why would we want this, it's because it's kind of fun to gamble. It's kind of fun to play poker or whatever against your friends. And that's some of the, I had a really good time in Red Dead Redemption Online doing this with some of my friends. So you guys in the comment section can let me know if you like this idea. If you don't like it, it probably won't happen. And this probably will be the last video I ever make on a casino or the casino and gambling in GTA Online. I thought that with all of the issues that people always bring up, this sort of suggestion that I'm bringing up, I feel like solves a lot of them. Now, yeah, there's still going to be the issues with glitchers and stuff, and that's probably why Rockstar would never do this. But I think this would bring a lot of new people to the game, and it would get people playing pretty regularly, which is something you want, I think, as a gaming company. You want people playing your game. But anyway, there you guys have it. That is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like I said. If you did enjoy, subscribe for more awesome GTA content. Share this video with your friends, with Rockstar. Probably nothing will happen of it, but hey, we can be optimistic and hope Rockstar adds this maybe in the next, 1 or 2 DLCs. But anyway, thank you all, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.